right, everybody. Welcome to today's game between the Mason Comets and the CHCA Eagles. I'm Anthony Rose alongside with Daniel Panetti here doing the play-by-play. Looks like we're going to start with CHCA on offense today. For the looks like CHCA has a K-2 team and Mason has a second grade team. 20-minute running clock, and we'll see how things go today with these Mason Comets at second grade.
Absolutely, this second grade team led by head coach, Coach Todd, had a big win yesterday alongside some big names. Number 1, their quarterback, King Bello. Number 2, Grant Bowen, to name a couple of guys. We'll see if this Comet team can continue the streak that they were on yesterday. It looks like some different jerseys, some more black with white shoulder pads today.
It's like a handoff up the middle here, and stopped after a short gain by number 1 for King Bella.
We'll send this down to the field, do some player introductions.
My name's King, and I play quarterback. My name is Grant. I play running back and defensive end. My name is Grayson Rosado. I play defensive end and running back. My name is Jose Moreno, and I play defense. My name is Bryson. I play running back and corner. My name is Harrison, and I play linebacker. My name is Luke Ralston, defensive line. My name is Brock, and I play defensive line. My name is Marshall, and I play linebacker. My name is Brogan. I play linebacker. My favorite football player is Chad Johnson. My name is Finley Wardeneshi. I play D-tackle, and my favorite player is Miles Wardeneshi. My name is Charles. My position is corner and running back. My name is Braylon. I play running back and corner. My name is Weston Johnson, and I play linebacker. My name is Duke Osborne. I play quarterback. 6'10".
All right, so a lot of player introductions there, some football names. I don't know if I recognized a few of those. Chad Johnson thrown out there. Couple plays by CHCA while we were gone. Looks like a couple losses. Big plays by Lincoln Raff on defense, number 22 for the Mason Comets, which is going to bring up 4th down and about 17 here for the CHCA Eagles.
And I'm surprised to hear a name like Chad Johnson from these second graders. I have a feeling that may have been a dad who told his kid before going to introduce yourself, say Chad Johnson, say a name like that.
Yeah, nothing like the Chad Johnson or Chad Ocho Cinco.
He has some brownie points if he said Ocho Cinco next year.
Yeah. Looks like CHCA is going to elect to punt on 4th down, which moves the ball to the 50-yard line for the Mason Comets' first play on offense. Coaches out there helping get lined up still at this age. You'll still see them lining kids up, offensive linemen and everything like that to help out. Still very new to the game at this age level, so they allow the coaches to help out, I think, through 3rd grade, if I'm correct, right?
Believe so. I think 4th grade was the first time where we really saw some plays calling from the sideline and then coming in. So the next couple games we'll still see some coaches on the field.
Looks like we're going to go shotgun here for the first play. Get the ball here, and a nice run to the outside.
It's Grant Bowen.
Looks like he's nice stiff arm there, but a nice tackle in the end. Ran through the stiff arm, made a nice tackle there for the CHCA. Grant Bowen there with a nice 11-yard pickup on 1st down for another 1st down.
So how about that? Second game, second Comet team lining up out of a shotgun. Very rare to see, but that snapped just a little low, but Bowen does a nice job being able to pick it back up.
Number 23 for the Eagles there, made a nice tackle on the end, probably the last man to beat. So he stopped the touchdown there for sure, ran through the stiff arm by Bowen, which is a very hard thing to do at this age. We're going to go with first down for the Comets. From the 38 here. Looks like we have King Bello now at quarterback, taking the direct snap. He's going to get outside. There's going to be a flag down though. He's going to run it all the way in for a touchdown, but I believe that's going to keep coming back on a holding call here.
Bello put a nice stiff arm on a CHCA Eagle defender. If we get another look at that, the common run game, we already saw Bello and Bowen had very nice games on the ground yesterday. It's looking like that could be the same on this replay. Able to take it to the outside. It gets by 23 and bang. But looks like you said, this one's going to be coming back.
Looks like we're going to, like I said, get a holding penalty there on the outside on the Comets. CHCA member went to go break loose and looked like one of the Comets players got a handful of jersey there, and you know, easy call for the officials. So it's going to bring up first down and about 17 here. Looks like King Bello back in the shotgun formation again with that three-man offset to the left side there for the Mason Comets. A direct snap to him. He's going to run it to the outside to the left side again. Oh, he's going to cut it back up the middle here. Nice run by King Bello and a nice tackle in the open field by number 3 for CHCA. Big pickup there.
Some nice little running, some nice little ball carrier vision from Bello. Kind of the same play that they had just drew up. Getting some nice blocks, cuts it back to the inside. Some nice tackling there from the secondary. We saw him in 23 having some nice tackles so far. Just your CHCA coach, you'd like to see the front 7 able to contain a little more, as the Comets have been able to use that outside very, very well.
Yeah, the offset here with their 2 extra almost linemen lined up right behind the offensive line. They're really overloading the left side here, which allows them to double team on the left side and really hammer down on this CHCA's defense. Okay, we got a whistle before the ball snapped here. Be false start here on Mason. Gonna lose 5 yards, so we go from 2nd and 2 to 2nd and 7 here.
And those mental errors are gonna happen in these lower grade levels of football. You're gonna have those false starts, you know, those bad snaps, things like that. Kids still learning the game. You know, you're well off from the very competitive side of football at this point. So a lot of these players, you know, first year playing football, still learning those basic fundamentals.
Looks like Mason's alternating between King Bello and Grant Bowen at quarterback. A lot of direct snaps. Grant Bowen didn't get very much there. Lost a couple yards on a 2nd down run. A nice tackle in the backfield by CHCA. Blocking did not hold up there, so we're going to get a 3rd down, and it looks to be 10 now. That was number 19 there for CHCA. Nice play in the open field. That's a hard tackle to make at this age.
And a nice job of him not to give up on it. It looked like Bowen had a chance to kind of break off, but he still just held on to that jersey. Kept going. It looked like King Bello had tried to put a block on him, but 19 was able to get around him. There's a big play on defense for the Eagles. Some nice jerseys on the CHCA side. It's kind of like the Middletown Middies. You see it, another GMC team talking at the varsity level, the full-on purple.
Looks like we're going to get another false start here on Mason. Looks like offensive line's taking off there a little bit earlier than the center's ready for. So we're going to back them up 5 more, make it 3rd and 15 now.
So you know that that's something that's going to be talked about a lot during practice this week is, you know, biggest thing is it's so easy to go over some of these young kids' mind, but just knowing the snap count, you know, going off of your center, being able to just keep yourself on sides, not jumping at all any early.
We're at a clean snap here. And Grant Bowen with a run here. Pick up a maybe 3 here on 3rd down. Let's have a really long 4th down, 4th and 11. We'll see what Mason decides to do. I'm sure that they'll be going forward here since they're on the CHCA side of the field. A punt here doesn't do them much good, so probably see a nice 4th down play here, see if Mason can pick this up and maybe continue this drive. They had a couple nice runs so far on this drive, so a 4th and 11 is not out of question for them to pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, but I think you're liking what you're seeing from the CHCA defense. You know, they've been asked to do a tall task of facing this Comet defense for a long period of time, and they've been holding their ground pretty well so far.
They've been out here for a little over 11, pushing 12 minutes here. Like I said, it's hot today, not too hot terribly this morning yet, but this Mason team with King Bello and Grant Bowen definitely doing a good job. There's a pass to King Bello from Grant Bowen. A couple flags down, and
how about
looks
that?
like King Bello's going to run it in for a touchdown, but I guess we're going to have to see what these flags are from. And it looks like it's going to be a illegal man downfield. Looked like half the offensive line was down the field on that play. Really busted play there on the hard to stay close to the line as an offensive lineman. You know that as well as anybody else. You know, you get up the field, you think the pass is coming right away, and it takes quite a few seconds. And yeah, pretty much the whole offensive line was 5 to 6 yards down the field there on that one.
But how about that throw from Grant Bowen?
Yeah,
number
great
2.
Throw.
He has to turn around almost a spin and puts it right into the hands of King Bello.
That's an impressive throw. It being tracked down there by the CHCA's defense. Got it out and made a nice throw to King Bello. So that's a positive. You know, you always take the little positives. Yeah, you don't like to see a legal man downfield to take away a touchdown, but you like to see that the play worked and that them two are able to hook up. And, you know, it seems like them two are going to be doing that all season here between Bello and Bowen. I guess if you're out watching their games, you're gonna hear those names a lot from the PA announcer.
Absolutely, and you were mentioning about an illegal man downfield on the offensive line. That's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of teams don't like to pass at this grade level. Is it's hard to keep those guys on the line staying still, you know, trying to go down the field, find any man to get their hands on.
Yeah, throughout practice, you're constantly teaching your offensive line, you find the guy in front of you, go block him. But if that guy's 6 yards down the field on a pass play, you're going to get it every time, right? So here's a direct snap to King Bello to the outside. Looks like he's going to pick up the 1st down and more. Put some jukes on some guys here. He's going to run it in for a touchdown for Mason. Nice moves by King Bello. Got out there to the outside, put a couple moves on some CHCA guys, made them fall to the ground, and took it in for a touchdown. 6 points for Mason with 6 minutes to go here in the 1st half.
And that's such a nice run there from Bello. Covered a lot of ground in very little amount of time. Didn't have a whole lot of guys around him. Direct snap, a little bit low, able to get it. And just that breakaway speed that he shows. Breaks a defender's ankles and is able to trot right into the end zone. Just that big running ability that we saw early in that drive from Bello. He brings it back out. The Comets have the lead.
Mason able to convert there on 4th down. Not only get the 1st down, but also get a touchdown out of it. So great to see that they're going to go for an extra point here and line up here on the hash mark to go for the extra point. Mason's going to line up to go for the extra point here with King Bello behind. With a handoff, a sweep play here to the outside for number 30, Charles Todd, for the extra point. Not much problem there to get that one into the end zone. So we're going to see CHCA come back out and take the ball for a couple plays here before we run out of the first half.
That's a nice little difference of a play call that we've seen. It's been a lot of running with Bello and Bowen, but they're able to get number 30, Charles Todd, into the mix on that sweep play, and that seems to be kind of the team favorite in the red zone. We saw it a lot with the K-1 team, with them running those sweeps a lot. And right there, the Comets, it's a very, very nice offensive drive. You're not able to get that huge one-play touchdown to start the drive. The defense made you earn it. Now you're in a very good spot with just about 4 minutes left in this half.
Yeah, they pretty much ate up most of the clock here in the first half on that possession. Like you said, they had the big play right away. They got called back, and now they're going to play some defense and see what their defense can do. And CHCA is going to get the ball here and see what their offense can do. So it should be interesting to see who comes in here for the defense for Mason and can make plays on defense as well as offense.
Comets, they forced a punt on their last drive, or on the only defensive drive that they've had so far. You want to see a similar performance to that on this drive, but CHCA, your defense, they were doing a very good job of keeping the offense, Comet offense, on the field for the majority of that time. Instead of just letting one play there on 4th down dictate the end of it. We'll see if CHCA can respond with one of their own.
Just passing under 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play here. My guess is CHCA will probably get a couple plays off here, before leading into halftime, unless they run one in for the end zone here and 65 yards later. So see what CHCA comes out to do and see what the Mason defense can do here on a handoff. Has been blown up in the backfield by number 22, Lincoln Raff.
The Comets came up with the ball, but it looks like it's going to be called down and will be 2nd down for CHCA.
A loss of 2 on 1st down.
Met by number 52, Duke Osborne.
Nice plays there. Number 23 for CHCA. Said met actually quickly there in the backfield by number 52, Duke Osborne. And finished up by Lincoln Raff.
12 for CHCA.
We're going to get 2nd down here for CHCA. Coach is trying to hurry the kids up so they can get as many plays in as they can here. Looks like they're going to run a 3-receiver stack out to the far side of the field here from shotgun. So snap here to 14. He's going to be sacked. The ball came out. Official's going to rule him down. So nice play there by the Mason Comets defense right away in the backfield.
Met the backfield by number 2, Grant Bowen.
So Grant Bowen with the sack. They're going to call probably forward progress there on that.
Number 14 down.
Bowen was able to fly in the backfield. Looked like Lincoln Raff came up with it, but it was already blown dead.
Only 3rd down here, about 19. About 50 seconds to go in the first half here. I'm sure that the CHCA team here would love to get something going here, maybe one more play and then call it a halftime. I'm sure Mason would love to get one of those balls free so they can actually scoop it up and score.
Got to think if that ball wasn't ruled dead, then Raff would have been taking that back, celebrating 6. You already saw in the
double
last
reverse
game.
Here. Being held on by one leg here by the Mason Comets. after a loss again by number 30, Charles Todd.
And a reverse back to
Looks like
Bryson
that's
Mack.
going to do it for the first half.
Number 30, Charles Todd.
And we'll send it to a break. We'll be back after the first half
That is
here.
our halftime point. We are 20 minutes in. Your score, Mason Comet 7, CHCA 0. Have a round of applause as your Mason Comet cheers.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Come on, Cameron.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Hi, my name is Jen, and I'm the founder of Boxful. I created Boxful out of love for a friend. During COVID, a close friend of mine lost her mom, and as were the times you couldn't really get on planes or attend funerals. I sent her flowers because you send flowers, but it felt empty and not personal enough. And I'm a hugger, and had I been there, I would hug her. So I was looking for any gifts hug-related and didn't really come across anything until I saw a teddy bear with long arms, and I thought maybe I could send her a bear hug. So I attached the arms to the box flaps. I wrote a little note about how I wished I could be in the box to hug her, but since I couldn't, to hug this bear instead. It got such a great response, and she obviously felt loved. And I thought, maybe there are other people looking for a thoughtful option other than flowers. For me and with Boxful, it's really important that we have this opportunity to connect people across the country, across the world, in happy moments and sad moments, when you can't be there in person, to comfort and hug the ones you love.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Yes.
I do my best reaching out to my brothers and sisters in arms.
Have you ever asked for help yourself?
Most of us, we're not gonna admit that we need to help.
You don't have someone to kind of help you guide those thoughts. It can be really bad.
It's just a beautiful space when someone can trust you and say, listen, I need help.
It's important to get a flu shot, each and every year because flu viruses are constantly changing and immunity from the vaccine decreases over time. Flu vaccines are updated annually to work against that year's viruses. The best time to get your shot is in the fall, but getting it later can still help. Getting a flu shot lowers your risk of getting sick, and if you do happen to get flu, it's likely to be less severe.
All right, we're back here at Dwyer Field for the second half of this second grade football game between the Mason Comets and CHCA Eagles. Mason's going to start with the ball here in the second half. The first half was pretty much dominated by Mason. They held on to the ball for a good 10-plus minutes on offense before scoring that only touchdown that's on the board. So,
yeah, that CHCA defense had to make the Comets earn it. It took for a 4th in California kind of look for King Bello to rip a big touchdown run towards the right side and made some elusive moves. So it has been the Comets, especially on their defense, having a great game, but it's been competitive on this end of the football.
That play didn't go very far. CHCA, number 36 in the backfield, almost immediately taken down.
36, he's hyped up after a big play like that. Came in untouched right there off the outside and just blows up the play with Grant Bowen. Nice form tackle there, too.
Nobody even touched him there coming off the outside. I'm not too sure if somebody missed an assignment or he's supposed to be one of those unblocked guys that Grant Bowen was going to outrun, but he didn't outrun him there, so a loss of 3 on first down to start the second half for the Comets.
I've seen that pursuit, like we mentioned, one of the big things in football that you can't teach is the hustle and the want for that contact. And 36 right there did an incredible job flying to the football. You're going to have big plays like that, and if you keep making plays like that, eventually you're going to be there just a split second earlier, cause a fumble. You'll be having a great time out there on the field.
Get lined up here for second down here. Looks like King Bello's going to be the one taking the snap this time with Grant Bowen just to his left of him. Trying to get the offensive line here and the receivers lined up and set. See what Mason has in store for them here on this second down play. So we're going to get going here on this one. So see what Mason can do here on second down. Little motion and a reverse, but a fumble. It looks like CHCA is going to recover that fumble on their own 28-yard line. Number 17 for CHCA, covering a fumble on a kind of a muffed handoff there between King Bello and the end around guy. Grayson there, number 4, was unable to hold on to the ball, and CHCA jumped right on it.
And Grayson Rosado, we hadn't seen him much today. Took the end around. He looked pretty excited going to get the ball. Just a little bit trouble transitioning into his chest.
CHCA is providing good pressure on defense up the middle there and around the ends, so Mason's going to have to, contend with that when they come back out on offense. But right now they're looking at protecting a very short field for the CHCA Eagles. Going to have to get after it on defense here if they want to hold the Eagles from scoring a touchdown here. He said 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line for the Eagles.
And this Comet defense, they've been winning these sort of drives. Duke Osborne, number 52, has been having a very solid game.
Nice handoff there. Nice run to the outside. Looks like Grayson Rosado with the tackle here. Trying to make up for that fumble maybe a little bit. Only a gain of 2 on first down for CHCA.
Yeah, you know, Rosado is probably kicking himself a little bit after a fumble like that. But, you know, nice little thing about playing 2 ways is that just the play after you can make up for it, make a good tackle, lay a big hit. You know, play a big role in getting that ball back.
We're going to be a second down here. CHCA coming out of the huddle to take the second down snap here. Let's see what Mason can do and maybe win a ball back here. Let's get it going back the other way for the Mason Commons. 2nd and 8 here for CHCA. Another handoff to the outside. Got to beat King Bello and a few others. The ball was out again. Like Mason's ball. Nice fumble recovery there.
So how about that? The Comets, they fumble themselves, and then just a couple plays later, they're able to force one of their own.
Big play there by the Mason Commons defense, much needed, being so far into their own half of the football field. They're going to get the ball back here on the, looks to be the 22. See what they can do now after that, their last offensive series ended in a fumble. So I'm sure that they're looking to run through that playbook there and pick up some positive yards here. Here we go with Mason running offense here with just about 13:30 to go in the game here. Mason looking to add to their lead. We have King Bello taking the snap here and Grant Bowen off to his right. And a handoff to from Mason there. Actually, it was 52 Duke Osborne with the run. I just kind of assumed it was going to be Grant Bowen standing next to him. Nice run by Duke Osborne. Pickup of about 4-5 there on first down.
And the Comets mixing up some of their ball carriers. We saw Grayson Rosado, number 4, trying to get a touch, and now Duke Osborne. We've already seen Bello and Bowen having pretty good games on the grounds themselves. Now trying to get a plethora of Comets.
Seems like this second grade team kind of moves guys around and really gives different guys opportunities. You saw, 2 different guys taking snaps, and you said a couple of different guys running the ball. So they're not just relying on, Bello and Bowen for the whole game. So it's nice to see that, they're sharing the ball. Like King Bello is going to take the snap here for the Mason Comets again. Another run up the middle by the Mason Comets for a first down, it looks like.
Braylon Lawson on the carry, 31. And going back to what we were saying about multiple ball carriers, a lot of teams at this age, they'll kind of have like that one big player who they rely on for those big runs, but you love seeing a Comet team like this who can have that consistency all around their roster. We've seen about, I think, 4 or 5 different Mason Comets as ball carriers in this game. As well as Charles Todd, number 30, we saw in that extra point jet sweep. So the Comets have plenty of different options.
first down here for the Mason Comets after that nice run up the middle there. So we're going to get a first down play here from Comets from their own 32. Coaches out there barking out some last-second instructions to some players. Sure, some assignments between the guards and the receivers here. In motion again, another jet sweep, but a fumble this time. Like picked up by King Bello. Good awareness by him to get on top of the ball. A little extracurricular there, and a flag comes out at the end.
Look to be Grayson Rosado, number 4 again. Just some trouble on the transition from Bello to Rosado on these jet sweeps.
Almost looked like he didn't really let the ball go there to Grayson Rosado, and the ball ended up on the ground. There's a late hit by, looks to be 52 there, but we'll see where this puts them at. Going to back them up quite a bit, and they're going to lose the down because it was a dead ball penalty. So ended up being second. So it's going to be a ways to go for Mason. It looks to be probably second and 20-plus yards here after the 15-yard late hit penalty on the Comets. With just under 9:20 to go here in the game, really pinning Mason way back here. This is where you like to see him get some more positive yards and definitely not have a turnover here in this situation.
Absolutely, ball security is such a big thing that coaches will harp on, and the Comets have struggled with it a little bit. So you're getting backed up to your own end zone. You know, you can afford a punt with the lead, but you got to hold on to it.
Yeah, punting is one thing, but turning the ball over at your own 15 is going to be very detrimental to you winning the football game and make coaches, you know, very upset. So we're going to go with second down here for Mason Comets. Snap to Grant Bowen. He's going to take it up the field for just a very few yards here. Nice play by CHCA. Defense is really moving off of blocks and flying to the ball here, making it very hard on the Mason Comets to run the ball. Outside of the one big run by King Bello, I think we've seen CHCA really get after it.
Absolutely, the CHCA defense, like you said, outside of that one run from Bello, they came to play today. Now, they've been showing out very well. They've been getting turnovers. They've been, you know, finding ways to get their offense back on the field. It's just been the offense that's just been missing that step so far today. But the defense has done a very solid job.
Looks to be like third and about 25 here for Mason. I would assume that, you know, get a play here. If they're not going to pick up the first down or at least a big chunk of yards here, we'll probably see a punt from Mason and then try to hold CHCA on defense here. It's like a handoff to Charles Todd to the outside here, but a nice open field tackle by number 3 again for the CHCA Eagles. Flying to the ball, cutting him off before he can get to the sideline there.
And like the best part about the defense recently for CHCA is that they're containing the outside very well. Offenses love to go out towards the sideline, try and go down that way. But the outside players, some of the corners on this team, have done a very good job containing, keeping Mason at least inside the numbers. And then when they do go outside, there's not much room.
Yeah, it looks like Mason's going to punt the ball. To CHCA, it's going to end up at the 45. So CHCA will take the ball over there. And, you know, we kind of punt the ball. I think you get 25 yards or so on a punt. At this age, you guys don't really start punting until we get to, what, 6th grade nowadays.
I believe yesterday we saw a 5th grade punt.
What was a 5th grade punt?
I believe it's so. For the punting we saw yesterday, there are no returns. They would just punt it, and then it'd be a dead spot wherever it's touched by the opposite team. Around 5th or 6th grade is when I assume we would start seeing more of those types of plays.
So CHCA is going to take over the ball here with just about 5.5 minutes to go here. And I'm sure they're looking to tie this up, and I'm sure Mason's looking to just take away the ball here, or go 4 and out, and put the game away, and walk out of the Grimes Bowl today with another big win for the 2nd grade Mason Commons team.
And the Grimes Bowl, there's always that little extra bit of want for games like these, knowing this is something the coaches have been talking about a lot. Your final game before school starts.
A fumble off the snap there, and looks like Mason's going to recover it. Number 4, Grayson Rosado, making up for the earlier fumble of his own to pick one up for the Mason Comets. Bad exchange between the center and the quarterback there. We talk about it. That's a big part of this game at this age level, is making sure that the quarterback and the center are on the same page. It looks like maybe the quarterback just kind of dropped the ball there. And Grayson Rosado fell right on top of it. So Mason's going to take back over with just under 4.5 to go in this one. I'm sure they'd love to run out the ball here, run a couple plays, and send this one to a final.
Yeah, and that's big for Rosado for that confidence to go through the rest of the season. You had some mishaps with the ball, but you're able to get a little bit of a gift, find the ball on the ground, jump right on it, get your offense the ball once more. That's big for a receiver and a defensive back to go out and have a great season for the rest of the time.
The coaching staff for this 2nd grade football team really has these kids working hard. Like a run to the outside here, but once again, nice pursuit by the CHCA Eagles on number 30, Charles Todd. Looked to lose a yard there. Just not being able to make it outside on these CHCA defenders. A little faster, I think, than maybe the Comets were anticipating on the outside.
And I wonder if you'll see this on the replay. One of my favorite parts about this play is after 23 makes a great tackle, and you see 36 for CHCA come in and just, there you go, right there on that right side. Hyping him up so much, kind of being a bit of a captain. And you love seeing the leadership kind of from like that from 36. Being able to get on his guys like that, say, what a big play, and help that team morale stay high.
Definitely improves the team morale, and it helps out with it, throughout the season. You're going to have times where you struggle, but it's times like that you tend to remember and carry on, and it makes you want to keep playing football. Here's a snap to the King Bello, who gets outside, and a couple nice stiff arms there before he was brought down. They're on a nice gain, though, of about 7 yards there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and 3 here. Nice tackle on the outside. Nice couple stiff arms here by King Bello on this outside run.
Yeah, and Bello has shown a bit of that strength and elusiveness on some of these runs. Not afraid to put a hand out there, try and make a guy miss. And that's a nice little fake there, too, from the quarterback.
23 here on the end, holds on for dear life there. Gets him by the belt loop there and drags him down to the ground. So, saves a 1st down for sure. With just under a minute 40 to go in this one. We'll see if Mason can get a couple more plays off here, maybe score another touchdown. I'm sure coaches are yelling, hold on to the ball right here. Don't want to see no fumbles this late in the game.
Absolutely. Ball security comes more and more important as the seconds wind down.
Grant Bowen looks to be taking the snap here. Right up the middle. Looks to be enough for a 1st down for Mason. Approaching a minute left in this one now. Maybe another play or two for the Mason Comets here. And
Saw a little bit of chirping after that play. Both sides. Been a very competitive game so far. With the Comets. Just got to get a few more plays in. Just about 40 seconds. This one pretty much over.
Looks like Grant Bowen's going to take another snap here. I would assume he's probably going to run this up the middle again. Oh no, it's going to be a throw this time out to King Bello. Oh, he's going to race away from the offense down to the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown for the Mason Comets with just under 15 to go. I think everybody assumed we were going to run the ball there. And a nice pass by Grant Bowen to King Bello for a nice long touchdown pass.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing any of us would expect watching this last play of the game, and a nice throw there from Bowen. We saw another throw earlier in the first half where he had to kind of spin out of the sack and throw one out.
So Mason's going to win this one 13-0. Thanks for joining us today, and next game will be up shortly.